We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Switch. Check.
On the ground, this is Michel. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
39. Hey, Charlie. Check 133. Check 133.
Ryan. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, Alpha.
Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
52, 61, matchbox lights.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
From the 44, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Hey, let's go. Here we go. Check 31, check 31. Kill.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Back to you. Watch twist, watch twist.
65. Hey, go. 21.
A first carry for the former Falcon. Tevin Coleman gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there, and it's 3rd down.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, gun.
Ringo.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed this season. Really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
I got that.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 5-4.
Hey, gun.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Garoppolo now. That's caught. It's the rookie Deebo Samuel. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here we go. 180! I got you.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Looking a little bit like a continuation of last week. He had 3 tackles for a loss, and now 1 more here in the 1st quarter of this game.
And there's been no lack of force by him, taking on the offensive linemen, playing them, but also there's a suddenness to his game. They have that initial contact, and then he's gone, moving upfield and making those plays in the backfield.
It's a big body moving upfield, too. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Pick it up.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter.
Here we go. 180!
Check 45 to Mike.
Hey, gun.
It's Coleman here. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They go for it on fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On third down, Michel. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a fourth down now. Tavecchio puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
No, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
45.
Hey, gun.
45. Check.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards there, a first down. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait in, enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. Garoppolo finding Goodwin. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
That's Samuel, caught left side. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here, as the Falcons' defense yet again drops him behind the line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
13.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
It's third down and 4.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down.
12, fellas, here we go.
54 is Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot.
54, walk 54. And watch the leg.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run. Devontae Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Come on, let's go. He's crossing. 11. Check 3.
Third and long. It's Ryan. Looking left sideline. It's complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down, Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Let him know, let him know. Wait. Check my 33, check my 33.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the ground, Michel. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Again, it's Michel. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
3 down. Hey, check my 33. Base. I'm coming up to you.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this third quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. The pass rush specialist, D Ford, in on the stop. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. from the shotgun. Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
From the 35 on second down, Garoppolo. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former fifth-round pick. I remember that game, December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They will run again with Coleman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Here we go. 180!
Back.
On first down, Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Slam. 12.
Watch the ship. Hey.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, bye. Hey, orbit.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. That good for 22 and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 59, ready.
Check 33. 33. Silver.
Hey, Haywood.
Check like 33. Check like 33. Watch.
Gun.
Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Motion.
To throw again, Ryan. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Nick Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now it's Ryan. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Coleman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
11.
54. Mike 54. And here we go. Watch the pass.
Hey, gun.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7.
Them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you've got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. Out at easports.com. The 49ers